everybody. Welcome to the Two of Us
Hello.
podcast. This is
hmm
Chris and Juan the Don John.
Hello, everyone. We're
Today
all
we're
still
discussing.
here.
Oh, what?
I was just saying, we're all still here.
This is our third attempt.
Yes, it is.
Uh,
Uh,
but we are discussing The Dark Knight today.
we sure are. Cue the intro, but there's no intro, so everyone be happy. Just kidding. Anyways,
Cue the intro.
yeah, we just we should eventually just get the Batman thing, like from the
Yeah.
old shows. Yeah, that. But anyways, let's tie into the topic.
Yeah.
The Dark Knight.
Oh,
Um,
I'm just gonna say ahead of time, this
mhm.
movie is fucking great.
It
I
is,
have my
yeah.
problems with it, but this is probably my second favorite Batman movie.
Yeah, I know, man. It's really good. Like if especially if someone out there hasn't seen it, where are you?
Yeah, everybody saw this movie.
hmm
Like, it made two theatrical runs in its time.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, one directly after another.
Oh, wow.
So,
That's freaking cool.
in a year where Iron Man came out and a lot of other Marvel stuff, this reigned supreme at the time.
Oh, yeah. Wow, that's right. Holy crap. Wow, we're whoa. That
Old.
was a throwback. Yeah, that was a throwback. Whoa. But yeah, man, it was. Did you ever see it in theaters?
I did not.
Uh.
So my family was super poor at the time,
hmm
and at the time my mom was still alive, and she
hmm
bought the movie on DVD from Blockbuster.
Oh, cool. Yeah,
So,
cause like you used to live near Blockbuster, right?
yep,
Oh.
exactly. And it was actually their going out of business sale. Were selling it for $5 and a
hmm
bunch of other movies for $5.
Oh wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I fell asleep during watching the movie twice. My first two times I fell asleep because I tried to watch it in the middle of the night,
hmm
and yeah, I just fell asleep. That's not the actual quality of the movie to me though, because
hmm
like I was a kid, you know.
Yeah, I get you. Cause even for me too, like um, when I saw the film, um, I think I was like in a tired mood, so I didn't really get the whole aspect. But then when I rewatched it, it's amazing.
Yeah,
It's
I
one of the
agree.
best.
This is one of the best movies I've ever seen though, in general.
hmm Yeah, I can agree with that.
Like this is the
Um.
stuff movie magic is made of, you know.
Oh yeah, yeah, man.
And it has
This.
this little attention to detail that I
mhm,
love when movies do, because
Yeah.
at the beginning of the movie, Joker is robbing a bank, right?
hmm
And it's not revealed as the Joker, but he gets shot at by a shotgun. And
All right. Yeah.
he takes that shotgun throughout the whole movie.
That's very true. Oh my god, wow.
Yeah,
That I
it's
actually
that
didn't even
little
notice that.
attention to detail that's awesome.
Yeah, cuz I remember it when he was holding it like
hmm
later on. Even it's kind of funny though too cuz like even the cover art has it.
Yeah, yeah. And it's just something people don't seem to pick up on.
Yeah, I was one of those people until right now. But yeah, wow. That's like with in this movie they did Joker so good.
Yeah,
Like
and
even the way he was written.
yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Well, the Joker is great in this movie because it does something that the old Michael Keaton's Batman couldn't do. It puts a lot of mysteriousness in back in the Joker, you
Yeah,
know?
that's very true.
So now
hmm
the roles are kind of reversed with Batman and the Joker. you know,
Yeah.
from the Michael Keaton one, because all you knew about Michael Keaton's Batman was his parents were killed in front of him,
Hmm.
right? That's all you know.
Yeah.
And with this one, you know practically everything about Batman, but nothing about the Joker.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very true. Because like he didn't even tie in with the first film. He
Yeah.
just he was just introduced through the intro. And I think
Well,
it
he
was
had
pretty
a
much.
calling card at the end of Batman Begins,
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about the calling card.
but he's really put to an effective crisp in this movie.
Hmm.
And it's a damn shame the actor died, Heath
Yeah.
Ledger, because he was very talented. He was taken too soon, man.
Yeah, he really was.
But it did
Mm-hmm.
make this performance, in my opinion, way better. If he hadn't have died, this performance it would still be great, but it wouldn't be received as well as if he had died. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I get you because it's like it's it's his golden age,
Mhm.
pretty much. Like, yes, he was in other movies and stuff, but um, I mean, I don't think really that many people knew him until when this came out.
Yeah.
And then once this came out, and then they realized who played him, they loved him. But then, right when he did pass, um, I think he grew more, like
Yeah.
because I mean, this was pretty much of where I would say his big moment, like his big start,
Yeah.
if that makes sense. Because
I
I think it.
originally I remember
Mhm.
my mom and dad thinking, "Oh, Joker's gonna suck in this movie because it's the prissy boy from A Knight's Tale."
Yeah, exactly.
He
Yeah,
just
because
had this reputation of
hmm.
kind of not being as intimidating.
Yeah.
But ironically, that worked to his favor because it wound up getting a lot of whiplash
Hmm.
for most people.
Yeah. But
But
isn't it kind? No, continue.
oh,
Sorry.
you go on.
But isn't it kind of like ironic because like in this one, in the Dark Knight, it was the same thing with Heath Ledger as what they did with Robert Pattinson,
Mhm.
like with
Yeah,
the Batman film, which people will talk about later on in a different podcast.
we will talk
Um,
about that when it comes to HBO Max and we can watch it.
exactly, yeah. But like, I remember even like for Robert Pattinson, he also had the backlash too, but just because he was in Twilight, you know.
Yeah, that's unfortunate because
Hmm.
he really had a lot to prove with that role, and we'll get to that when we get to that.
Yeah,
But I think he pulled it off. That's
yeah, I
just
think
me.
so too. Hmm.
But man, the Joker in this movie is just killer. By that,
He
I mean
is.
he literally kills everybody in the movie.
Yeah, literally, yeah. He's and the thing is, I think they got him still spot on with the whole converting Harvey Dent.
Hmm. Yeah, that was great. Aaron
Hmm.
Eckhart is just generally one of my favorite actors, and he is
I
great in this
know.
movie as usual.
Yeah, man. I wish he was in more films because
Yeah,
he's really good.
a
And
really
every
good
time.
movie he was in was called
Mhm.
Thank You for Smoking. Go see it, everybody. Don't
Oh
worry.
yeah, go see that. Yeah,
It's
I've seen that movie.
one of the best movies.
Hmm.
But
Yeah,
back to Dark Knight.
yeah.
I think a lot of the characters in this movie were improved
Hmm.
because like you get this like life where Bruce is on this self-destructive path
Hmm.
where you know,
He doesn't really find a reason anymore
yeah.
to be
Well,
Batman.
Batman is his reason. Like
Yeah,
he thinks, "A, Batman has no limits. I don't have to have limits with Batman."
yeah.
And the whole movie is about finding his limit with Batman,
Hmm.
which they squandered in later
Yeah.
movies. But
Yeah.
That's just my opinion. We'll get
Yeah.
to Dark Knight Rises next time.
Hmm.
Oh, I'm not looking forward to that one.
Yeah. The funny thing is, you had a poster of it.
I do have a poster of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
have
you
any
gave it to
posters
me.
hang up on my room anymore.
Hmm. Yeah, it's over here at
Oh,
my
it
house.
is?
Yeah, you gave it to me.
Oh,
I have it.
nice.
Yeah, I still have it.
Fuck
Because
that
you were
movie.
gonna, yeah, because you were gonna throw it away because I mean, it was kind of tore and everything.
Yeah, that's fair.
But yeah, but I was like, no, that's like our when we first became friends, that poster was up.
Yeah. I'm
But
glad you didn't
anyways,
get rid of it, but
yeah,
still don't like the
uh,
fucking movie. I have
yeah,
it's making it out like I hate the movie, and I don't, but
hmm
I have problems with it way more than the other Nolan movies.
yeah, I get you.
But
Yeah,
The Dark Knight really does something interesting with Bruce's character, and
hmm
it makes him less scary,
hmm
but it makes him way more approachable as a person, you know?
yeah,
Because you
hmm
get to see more Bruce Wayne in this, having fun, having a good time.
yeah, that's true.
And then they were like, kind of like Aaron Eckhart is the Batman, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
And that
yeah,
goes to show how good his character is, because this is what people's idealized view of the Batman is. You
yeah,
know, it really
hmm
makes me think about like what people expect when they talk about Batman.
yeah. Because and this one is sort of like everyone sort of has their own ideal of Batman, like on
Yeah,
how he looks. And of course, the only people who know are just Alfred, Lucius, and Rachel.
yeah,
But the keen eye, everybody is always pointing towards Harvey Dent in this movie
yeah.
of being Batman because of his attitude towards doing the right things.
Well, as it said at the end of the movie, he was supposed to be the best of all of them.
Yeah,
Because if you
yeah,
think about it, Harvey Dent wound up being kind of like a martyr in the end, you know?
hmm yeah,
Because, like, oh, what happened to him was just purely, it just sucked. It
yeah.
was just a bad situation.
hmm he was really hit
Dicked
hard.
over.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much.
Only for
Um,
trying to be the best person he could be.
hmm And then I think he sort of realized that. I mean,
Yeah.
when that happened, that um, he couldn't handle it, to be honest. But
Well, he came
um,
up with the famous line, you either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
yeah, isn't it is kind of that's pretty foreshadowing
Hmm.
in a way. But I always like when I saw that movie, I loved Harvey's character. I
Yeah,
loved the way they did him
yeah,
because normally, I mean, they can't really hit him on the spot, you know,
yeah.
because
Plus, then they do Rachel,
mhm,
which she has done better in this movie
mhm.
a little bit better than the last one.
Yeah,
Like they kind of put her in between two spots of, you have her one love interest from when she was a kid, and you
mhm,
have this perfect new guy,
mhm.
that has no real detractors from him. And Bruce still
Yeah,
believes she's gonna end up with him,
mhm.
and that future is stripped away, you know,
Yeah,
and that just breaks him.
yeah, it does.
But
Um,
it's still funny to me because nobody is quite physically matched up enough to Batman in this movie. Like,
yeah,
nothing stands a chance against him.
mhm.
And he's very intimidating. And they make him way more threatening in this movie.
Oh yeah. Um, Even with the fight scenes
Yeah.
as well. Like
Oh, they massively improved the fight scenes because it's
yeah,
just a one still camera. You aren't missing out on any of the picture.
yeah.
There's
It
none of
was
that
so
zoom
good.
in bullshit.
Yeah. It's practically third person.
Yeah.
The whole third person type of camera.
Yeah.
And like even with the fight, like with all of the fight scenes, I enjoyed them. Like it felt more of Batman than the first film a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you got to see him like actually also somewhat be a little bit of a detective like
Yeah,
with
you get to see
during the
that a
fight scene.
lot more in this movie.
Hmm.
And plus you get to see a lot more of the techno stuff.
Yeah.
And they do a little bit of cool things with Batman's detective vision,
Hmm.
although they say it's too much power and stuff.
Yeah.
You
But to
could
be honest,
argue
it's
that with other movies, but
yeah,
eh.
yeah, you can. Hmm.
I think it works in this movie.
Yeah, I think so as well. Mostly because uh, it's Batman. You
Yeah,
know, I think it's pretty self-explanatory why he would have that.
yeah,
Um, Especially since he has to upgrade eventually. You
yeah.
know, and in this one, you get to see him like actually pretty much just upgrade his older tech to become better.
Hmm.
Even even if it's just as simple as like his computer, for instance.
Or him turning his head.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know. Like it's so good for words to even describe.
Yeah,
Like how well he's done as in Batman,
yeah,
and just like pretty much the whole fight scenes and stuff and detective work.
yeah, I get you. He's
Because
massively improved in this movie, and I think
mhm.
Alfred has massively improved as well.
Oh yeah, I know.
Because Alfred, he does go off on a few tangents, but he's
Mhm.
also really effective as a character.
Oh yeah. Especially like in this one, I feel like he understands Batman
Yeah,
like a lot more compared to the first one.
yeah,
Because in the first one, he knew like what Bruce was gonna do, but he didn't believe in you know
hang
start
on,
as just
I'll be
one
back.
man. Okay.
Now back to what we were saying.
Hmm. Um, I already kind of. Oh, was it Alfred? We're talking
Hmm.
about Alfred. Um, yeah, like in the very first one, he was sort of lost about Batman
Yeah,
because he's always used to pretty much the Wayne name,
yeah,
and um, in this one, he actually brings them both like different people, and they are you
hmm,
know the Batman and Bruce Wayne,
yeah,
but there's something about the way he talks about Batman in this one
yeah,
uh, that really sticks out compared to the very first one.
yeah.
Because in
It
the first
feels
one,
like he understands him a lot more.
exactly, yeah. And in the first one, whenever when he would talk about him, he always sort of had sort of like the tone like he would always be Bruce's enemy in a
Hmm.
way, or again like it would be against the Wayne Code if that's a term.
Yeah,
but in this one, he really does come to terms with Batman, and he's a lot more helpful,
yeah,
like towards Bruce's cause compared to in the first one. Yeah, he was there, he helped, but it wasn't like how he does in this one.
and then he burns the letter.
Yeah,
that scene should have been more controversial than it was,
Mhm.
because I believe that was going against what Alfred believed at the time.
Yeah. Mhm.
Because like Alfred was just saying, "Hey, you need to think about your life instead of the Batman," you know,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
it comes to the conversation. Batman has no limits, and I guess it
Mhm.
shows how much um he cares about Bruce that he burns the letter that would give him peace.
Yeah.
But he
And
doesn't
that's
think it would give him peace. He thinks it would give him chaos in his life.
yeah. Cuz in a way I think it would. It would
Mhm.
have. Um Mostly because Bruce his intention was to go after Rachel
Mhm.
in the scene of where he had to choose.
Yeah.
And for him to pretty much fail,
Yeah.
at that and then have to read that letter,
Yeah.
I think that would have pretty much killed him
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like that's pretty much the sad part of it though,
Yeah.
because it would sort of it would be like a the last pretty much I guess joke if it was
Yeah.
based off Joker's intention.
Yeah.
And for Alfred to sort of do that, that had to hurt him a lot.
Yeah. Because he not only did he know Bruce as a kid, but he knew Rachel as a kid. He
Mhm.
knew what she was like growing up and stuff.
Yeah.
It had to be hard on all of them.
Mhm.
And like there are aspects about this movie I don't like, which I think we can both agree on. This is
Mhm.
a long, long movie.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
I'd say it's on the verge of being too long at points,
Mhm.
you know. But
Yeah, I get you. Mhm.
but I think there are some parts that could have been cut, like
Mhm.
the like most of the Maroni scenes.
Yeah. Yeah, cuz Maroni wasn't really in any of, there was really no
Yeah,
need for him in this.
they don't
Uh
talk like it. There's a little bit of talk on corruption, but there's not
mhm.
much.
Yeah. And the crazy thing is, I mean, if they talk about it, you would think you would see it. Like
Yeah,
it would be more visible. Like pretty much like in the first one, like when Bruce goes into
yeah,
Falcone's bar or his restaurant, and
yeah,
then you see the judge and everyone there.
yeah,
But in the second one, I mean, they talk about it, but they don't show it. They just
yeah,
mostly show the mob bosses.
yeah, definitely.
And the crazy thing is, like, the scene that I did like though from the mob bosses was was two. One was the scene where Joker is introduced to them
Yeah,
because to them they don't even know his face. You
yeah,
know, they just heard his name around and pretty much his card.
yeah.
and and that scene was really good. I
Hmm.
love that scene. Um, did you want to elaborate on that one a little bit?
So
Uh huh.
Joker, like, I don't think the Maroni scenes are good
Hmm.
because they don't have much going for them. Maroni's not much of a presence, you know?
Yeah, I get you. Hmm.
And that's always been sort of my problem. And he's always elevated by other villains, right? So
Hmm.
like Joker is really it really elevates those scenes where he's in. And I'm not saying the
Hmm.
actor's weak or anything. I just don't think he's exceptional.
Yeah, you mean like he wasn't really well written in this?
Yeah, I don't think he was well written.
Hmm. Yeah, like with him, I mean, I didn't really pay too much attention to him, to be honest. The only time I only paid attention to a scene was like, for instance, if the Joker was in it, you know,
Yeah.
or the scene where Gordon was arresting them.
Yeah. And then
But
there
those are
was
like,
the man who went to Hong Kong.
oh yeah, that
That scene could have been cut out immediately.
yeah, it really could have, because I didn't really find a need for that one.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it wasn't really anything to them, you know?
Yeah.
They're just kind of there.
Yeah,
um,
that's fair.
but I will admit that the action scene in that was pretty good.
Yeah, that's fair. But this movie is just great all the way through.
Oh, yeah.
It's like worth a watch even if it's a little long. It is worth
Hmm.
the watch.
It really is. It's like, it's even if you're not in the mood to watch a Batman movie, you're most likely in the mood to watch this.
Because it's not really a Batman movie to a certain
Yeah,
extent. It's more like
exactly.
a mob boss movie.
Hmm.
I'd more akin it to something like Scarface rather than Batman.
Yeah, yeah, I can agree with that.
But I think
Is
it works out in its favor, honestly.
hmm Yeah, it really does. It sort of reminds me of the. I know this is irrelevant, but
Hmm.
um, like going back to how you said it, it feels like a mob movie.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
and it does. It to me, whenever when I watch this movie, it gives me the same impersonation or the same feeling as when I watched Public Enemy,
yeah.
which just in case if no one knows, it has pretty much Kristen Bale in it and Johnny Depp.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, well, I mean, it's a good film. It's about John Dillinger, who
Oh,
was a bank robber during the Great Depression.
oh, cool.
Uh,
I might
it's
check
really
that
good.
out.
Yeah, man. It's a good film. Like even for me, like I didn't know it was a good film until I gave it a shot one night, and I guarantee you that it'll remind you of The Dark Knight,
Hmm.
in some aspects. I'm not saying the full movie,
Yeah, yeah, I get you.
but it does feel that way. Like even the tensions of like the certain situations, um for instance, like the lighting in the film.
Hmm.
It's not like how to me it was in the first film.
Yeah,
And this one is it feels a lot um
darker.
yes, yeah. It, and you really feel it too. Like even for instances like when the Joker was shooting at Batman in the middle of the street.
Yeah,
Like even for that to happen and no cops, like I mean I know they're escorting Harvey,
yeah,
but even for no one to really even call the police and just run,
yeah,
it really showed the tempo or the tone. I mean, sorry,
yeah,
the tone of this film,
yeah.
and it worked in its favor. It worked really well.
I I also think the pacing in this movie was really well done.
Hmm.
Like it took its time, yes, but it was still really well done. It kept up very fast with what it wanted to do.
Hmm.
Like the action scenes are amazing and they sprinkle in just enough for you to see every little bit, and you're
Yeah,
not getting too bored in between the times.
yeah. Even with like characters that aren't even relevant, like to the scenes, like
Yeah.
excluding the mob bosses.
Yeah.
But like the impersonators, the Batman impersonators, like even to incorporate them, you
Yeah.
know, in this, it was good. Like even those little details, like what you're saying, um, they really all meshed well.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, it was just so cool, because like most people they put them in there, like let's say in a film where, for instance, like pretty much like I would say like Predator.
Yeah.
Like in that film, like there's all the ex mercenaries. That's the word. Like you have all these mercenaries, but not really a backstory. You know,
Yeah.
but only to like a select few. But in this one, in this film, um, even for them to not really have anything or be important, they
Mhm.
all play a role in everything,
Yeah.
which you wouldn't really expect.
Yeah. I get you. Well,
And
also like on a character by
mhm,
character basis, I feel like this film is a lot stronger than Batman Begins.
yeah,
Because like each character is fleshed out way more. Like
hmm,
especially Gordon in this movie, he
oh
is
yeah,
given a lot more screen time.
yeah, he really is. And they go more into depth with him,
Yeah, they
like
do.
even with like him and his job, like him
Yeah,
as a human being and who he has to be for his
protect.
job. Yeah, exactly. It really gives him something to lose
Yeah,
compared to in the first one. You didn't really see that. You knew
yeah,
he had a family, but he never talked about it, or we never really saw them.
yeah. Definitely agree.
And then, and then even like going back to sort of Harvey Dent,
Hmm.
for them to make him really well as Two Face, like for me personally, I am a Two Face fan.
Hmm.
Like, whenever when I saw like pretty much the original one played by Tommy Lee Jones, I liked him, you know,
Hmm.
but there wasn't really anything to go off of.
Yeah,
But when I saw this one and I saw Harvey turn into Two Face, it
yeah,
was so cool.
yeah.
Like, um,
Another one you might like is
mhm.
when he turns into Two Face in the animated series.
Oh really?
Yeah, give that a shot.
Yeah, I will, man. My God, because I mean, I don't know,
But you
man.
see this huge transformation in Harvey
Mhm.
and you get to see the most intense coin flip scene ever.
Oh, cool. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Cause I don't know, man. I feel like he's kind of very underrated,
Yeah,
like as a character. Mostly
yeah.
because
Because
I
most of the
mean,
time he's not the main character in his movie,
hmm,
you know?
right, hmm,
I don't know. I like him a lot. I think he's well done in this
yeah,
movie.
I do as well. Cause boy, golly, he was really great.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And let's. Why don't we start talking a little more about Joker himself? Because I
Yeah,
mean,
Heath
we're kind
Ledger.
of, yeah,
We kind of skimmed over him.
yeah,
Joker is really terrifying in this fucking movie. He
yeah.
is really scary because there are some scenes like in the found footage which other
Hmm,
Batman movies lean into heavily, like the new Batman movie leans into heavily found footage things,
hmm,
but this one kind of coined it,
yeah,
and it makes Joker out to be fucking terrifying, bro.
yeah.
Like, damn, man.
Even, yeah, even to the scene of pretty much the of him finding the imposter of Batman.
Yeah,
Like you could literally see the fear in that dude's face,
yeah,
even though he believes in Batman, you know.
yeah,
But even for him to believe in Batman and still be terrified of the Joker,
yeah,
like he had to really break him.
yeah. But
And
the Joker was really exceptionally done in this movie, so much so that
mhm,
other interpretations constantly get compared to Heath Ledger.
yeah, exactly, man. But that's sort of it's kind of I don't know. For me, that it kind of ruins when people do that.
Yeah, it is annoying when people do that. Like,
Hmm,
comparing the Jokers is fine, but don't, like, actively say, hey, this one is amazing and the best
yeah,
and the only Joker that could ever be.
exactly. Because like for me, um, comparing Jokers, like I don't compare them to movies. You
Yeah,
know, I only compare them to the written material, which is the comics,
yeah.
because those are.
You're
I
coming
mean,
in
those
kind of
are.
garbly, by the way.
Oh, how do I sound now?
Oh, you're good.
Okay. Um, because those are like the what I would say the foundation
Yeah,
of the characters.
yeah,
But what I would never compare them to like trash them. You know,
yeah,
I would just say like I think it's trying to be more like this Joker or maybe this one
yeah,
because to be honest, Joker can be any person. To
yeah,
be honest, but it's just the best way to really look at a Joker or someone who plays the Joker is just by the main foundation, which is the comic book.
hmm.
But it doesn't necessarily mean like
Well,
you know
this one
like
goes for kind of a different interpretation of Joker, where
mhm,
he's an anarchist, he's chaos incarnate.
yeah,
And when he comes in, he really changes things.
exactly, yeah,
At least in my
yeah,
opinion, he really changes things.
yeah. He really does because I mean in this movie it's sort of he pushes Batman right,
Yeah,
but he pushes to see if he actually does have limits
yeah,
because in the first film, of course he's like, I don't.
yeah.
It's
He only
pretty
has
much
one
it's
rule.
exactly. But in this one, you really see him like actually sort of almost give up,
Yeah,
like especially just ask Batman or
yeah,
turn himself in.
yeah. And then when
And
Harvey Dent pulls
hmm
that big twist where Harvey Dent pulls it in that I'm Batman, and it's complete horse shit.
yeah, and it just I mean it was I think it just woke the people up in a way
Yeah,
because like I don't know. I mean, no offense. I kind of thought they were kind of idiots
yeah,
for trying to get rid of him. When I was like, dude, he's helping you.
yeah,
Uh, but like when Harvey did that, I think he just woke the city up,
yeah,
like to not believe in what Joker is doing,
yeah,
or pretty much the whole aspect of him.
yeah,
Because I think if he never did that, um, I think a lot of people would have lost faith in Batman.
yeah. And then there's a point in this movie where Batman's morality gets put to the test, where
Yeah,
it's the two battleships, right? Or not
yeah,
battleships, but they're
the
one full of
fairies.
civilian, one full
hmm
of prisoners.
hmm
And you see this, like, ideals tested, like, can these good people do this? And
hmm
they come close, but they don't.
Exactly.
And,
Yeah, and hmm
Joker was going to fall through, but he didn't. Or he
hmm
couldn't because Batman didn't give him the option.
yeah,
But it all winds up in the end with putting Batman on a scarier pedestal because, he's the true hero and he's what Gotham needed. Or he's what Gotham needs, but what Gotham needed was Harvey Dent. You know?
yeah. It wasn't his time yet,
Yeah, yeah,
and I mean it's very true because mostly I think what Gotham needed during that time was pretty much just for their politicians or DEAs to not be corrupt anymore.
yeah, yeah,
Because I mean,
definitely.
yeah, because like Batman he can get him and put him in jail, right?
Yeah,
But who's really the people putting them back on the streets?
yeah.
And it would be them, the DEA or politicians or judges or whatever, corrupt ones.
That's why I really like the new Batman movie, and we'll get to that.
hmm Yeah.
Because it goes to the nth degree with that stuff.
hmm
But,
Well, I can't wait till it comes out. I mean, like on HBO because
yeah,
I haven't seen it, but you have,
we will.
and
You will watch it eventually.
mhm, I sure will.
I would have brought you with me.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, it is all right.
Anyway. But,
Yeah, back to this.
But
Um,
man, this movie is just a 10 out of 10 movie. You don't get
it
much
really
like
is.
this anymore.
Yeah,
Plus,
especially
the
if,
effects are really well done. Like most of it, because it's real stuff in front of the camera.
yeah. Um, let's talk about like certain scenes that we all really liked, like me and you.
Of course, a lot of the Joker scenes I really liked,
Hmm.
but I liked the intro a little bit when
Hmm.
Batman's scaring the fuck out of Scarecrow.
Yeah, yeah. Um, and that's the thing, man. It's still the same thing with Crane.
Yeah,
They just can't make him like a. I mean, mind my language, like a badass.
yeah,
And it's really unfortunate. But
yeah.
he's still great. I'm not saying he's terrible. He's still great in this as well, even for the little part he had. You
I
know,
loved the scene when like Harvey officially becomes Two-Faced when he's just like,
mhm.
say it, say it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That was one of mine too, especially when he tore off like the part
Yeah, when you see it all
for his face.
googly and gobbly.
Yeah,
And you
but to
see
be
it
honest,
throughout the film, like get healing more, like scabbing over.
yeah, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Um, but like that's how I imagine Two Faces.
Mhm.
You know, and that's what the movie really did good with, because
Yeah.
like it's hard to sort of get that aspect of Two Face. You
Yeah.
know, because for one, probably technology, or two, the makeup. You know,
Yeah.
but this one, oh my god! Whenever when I saw his like him as Two Face for the first time, I was like, that's Two Face.
Yeah. Agreed.
And one of my scenes that was my favorite was when they're escorting Harvey, and like in the SWAT van. I think that's what he was in, right?
Yeah.
Um, and the Joker coming in with the truck where he's trying to stop the van, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like that, I love that scene, especially because you got to see more of like excuse me, like more of Joker with his goons. You know,
Yeah.
um, when normally throughout the movie you see him by himself most of the time. You know,
Yeah.
but in this one you actually get to see them like help him like actually upgrade his weapon slowly. Like they give him like a shotgun at first. He uses all the bullets, throws it to the side, or gives it to the henchman. I mean, and
Yeah.
then the henchman just puts it where he found it, and it just gets a even better weapon at a time.
Yeah.
And then like right at the last weapon being a RPG.
Yeah.
Um,
That
and
was one
then
of the
like
best scenes in the movie.
yeah, it really was. And then even the scene um where Batman crashes the truck, right?
Yeah.
And then Joker comes out, and you get to see sort of the other part of him as well, which is sort of the
The
what,
crazy.
there you go. Yeah, the crazy part of him. Whenever when he gets out of the vehicle, and then he has his finger on the trigger, and he ends up falling and pressing the trigger as he shoots the ground.
Yeah.
Uh, it was just, and then even whenever when the goon touched Batman, whenever when he was on the floor and then he was electrocuted,
Mhm.
you even see that crazy side again on Joker.
Yeah.
And then I think the final scene of Joker that I really did like was the Harvey Dent, I guess, promotion party, if that's what you
Yeah.
call it,
Yeah.
or the campaign promotion. There it is, the
Yeah.
campaign party. Like that scene was just so good.
I loved the interrogation scene
Hmm.
because Batman has all this physical strength, but there's
Yeah,
nothing he can do with it, you know?
yeah,
And he just has to move on, you know?
yeah. We're talking about the scene where it's just him and Joker in the
Yeah.
cell, right?
Yeah.
I mean, not the cell, but the interrogation room.
It reminds me of the Killing Joke a little bit.
Hmm.
But
I can agree with that. Yeah.
man, plus the phone call scene. I just want my phone call.
Yeah, that was good. That was just oh my god. They just it was a masterpiece. A this is like the best what I would say sort of farewell letter for Heath Ledger
Yeah, agreed.
because if Heath Ledger wasn't in this, I feel like it would not have been the same level
Yeah,
as they planned it would be.
yeah. You know, they were originally going to cast him as Batman.
Oh, really?
You know, that was the original idea, and he
Huh.
said no or something like that, from what I
Mhm.
heard.
Oh,
This is just from
wow.
the rumor mill.
Yeah.
I'm glad they
So,
ended up deciding what they decided.
yeah. Because I mean, even it goes the same thing for Bale too. You
Mhm.
know, if Bale wasn't Batman, I feel like I mean it would probably be good. You know,
Mhm.
but it wouldn't be what I guess what I would call the Bale touch.
Yeah.
Right. Because even in this, you even see Bale look more different.
Yeah.
Like he's not as bulky as in Begins,
Yeah.
and really like when every time I saw Bale in this one as well, you could really see like most of his his mindset being pushed to its limit
Yeah. Agreed.
when compared to like the first one. He just really just had to learn the he really just had to master his art, what I would call it.
Yeah.
When in this one he already mastered the art, which is like the brawn and not really too much brain,
Yeah.
and this one pushed his brain more
Mhm.
than just brawn, as was seen in the interrogation scene that you brought up.
Yeah.
Whenever when he just punched, I mean, when he just hurt Joker by pressing his head against the table and then punching his hand when he didn't even feel it, you
Yeah.
know. And that scene really pushed him to make him, learn how to interrogate better than
Yeah.
just punching someone and asking them where they are.
Yeah.
And um,
There
I think
still
that's
is a
pretty
little
much.
bit of that, but
Mhm.
just because there's a little bit doesn't he still learns from it and such.
Oh yeah, yeah, he really does. Because I mean, I mean, he's still learning. What I would say,
Yeah.
because I feel like in the universe of this, Batman he just catches mostly people. You know, he catches them and then has them tried.
Yeah.
When like if you look for instance like in a comic or a game, you don't really see that. He
Yeah.
mostly just goes for the big hitter,
Yeah.
and pretty much is more of a detective than he is more of fighting wise.
Yeah.
But in the films, I think he was more of a fighter. But now in the Dark Knight, he was becoming pretty much the Batman.
Yeah. Agreed. I guess you could say he was the Dark Knight.
Very true. Boom, boom. Wherever, if someone out there has a drum or something, please hit the little sigh. Is that even what it's called?
Yeah.
What is that even? Is it called a sigh? Right?
Yeah. It's like a like a drum solo. Dun-dun-dun, tss.
Yeah, but like like the freaking I can't believe we're talking about this,
The
but
drumsticks.
yeah, but they hit like one of the little. Anyways, they hit like the thing at the
The
edge of the drum set.
cymbals?
There you go, the cymbals. Oh my god, I could not think of
The
cymbals.
sai is Raphael's weapon in the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, I know they're gonna hit a sigh.
Ay ay
Oh,
ay.
oh goodness. Wow. Um. And
Well,
I used to know stuff about music. That's depressing.
well, thank you guys for watching the Two of Us
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah.
If
Or
you
listening.
watch to the end, hey, comment down below what you like about this movie, what you don't like about this movie. If you haven't
Yeah.
seen it, go see it.
Yeah. If you haven't, then why not? It's kind of everywhere already. But yeah, if you guys really like this video, please let us know by hitting the like button, and then if you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. It's
Yeah,
always there, nice and crispy, always glowing red. And if you want to leave a comment about whether it is your likes or dislikes, or maybe you just want to talk, we're there.
yeah.
We'll read them. And just know we love you guys for the support and everything. And we hope you guys have a great day, night, evening. Have a coffee, or maybe just you want to sit back and crack a soda. Um,
Well, you guys
we're
have a great day, and
mm-hmm.
if you want more, subscribe,
Yeah, subscribe.
and
We're here
thank you
for
for
you.
watching.
Yeah, thank you. Bye bye.